Good morning. This is Mary Nasi with IMT Realty. We are a full service real estate company. We are located in Groton, Connecticut, and we service southeastern Connecticut into Washington County, Rhode Island. We're a full service company wherein we offer leasing, sales, and rental services, as well as full service property management. So a lot of times people come to us and ask, I don't know if it's the right time for me to hire a property manager. So today I thought I'd just go over some reasons why you might want to hire a property manager, and is it the right time to hire a property manager? The first question I would ask is your rental home close to your property? So if you're relocating, a lot of times we manage single family homes for people and they're relocating out of the area. So they might live in, southeastern Connecticut, and their job might be bringing them to another part of the country. It's usually a good idea to hire a property manager if you're going to be living a good distance from your rental property. You want to have somebody close by that, in case of an emergency, repairs, reviewing repairs, making sure that they were done properly, is in close proximity. It also gives your tenants peace of mind knowing that they have somebody to contact that's local. So the first question again would be, is your rental property close to where you're living? Another question would be, how many units do you own? If you only own one unit and you do live close by, you might be more than able to handle the management of the unit. But as a real estate investor, as the number of units you own increase, for every unit that your additional unit you're adding, it's going to be taking up additional time on your part. So as your portfolio grows, I think you should evaluate whether it's the right time to hire a property manager. And then I would ask yourself, the third question would be, how much experience do you have managing property? Everybody thinks it's easy, not that it's terribly hard, but it is time consuming and it takes a lot of patience, and you need to have a lot of contacts in the industry in general. For example, you don't want to hire the wrong contractor to do a repair, because that could cost you a lot of money in the long run. So if you hire a contractor who doesn't get it done timely, for every month that your property is vacant, you're losing money. So it definitely wouldn't be advantageous to have the process take twice as long or three times as long as it normally should. Also, you get what you pay for. When we do projects for clients, we put it out to bid, and we'll go through the process of getting three bids on a property. We don't necessarily always go with the lowest bid. You get what you pay for. And if everybody else is coming in substantially higher and somebody's coming in extremely low, I want to know why there is such a variance. And also, have we worked with this person before? And then another issue with how much experience do you have managing a property, it comes in with finding your tenants and understanding the fair housing laws. The last thing you want to get involved in is a discrimination lawsuit because you didn't understand the fair housing laws, and things are changing constantly. So that's definitely something for you to evaluate. The fourth question you should ask yourself is actually, can I afford a property manager? So typical property management services in our area for residential management is typically 10% of the gross income. So say the rent is $1,500 a month total, you would be paying $150 for a management fee. That management fee number goes down after probably 9 or 10 units, depending on the type of property. Commercial properties typically pay less because their gross rent is higher cumulatively for the property. So the question, definitely evaluate whether you can afford to hire a property manager. The fifth question I would ask is, do you have the time to manage your properties? We all work full time. This isn't your core business as a real estate investor, probably. So the question is, do you have enough time to manage the property? Are you going to be available for emergency phone calls? Are you going to be available to show a vacant unit when prospective tenants want to see the unit? We spend an inordinate amount of time showing tenants units and vetting tenants. So I can't imagine some of the landlords that I work for, even though they're small investors, they would never have the time to be able to accommodate the tenant requests. You can say that I'll just show it, after 5 or just on Saturdays, but you are going to miss a pool of tenants that might not be available at those times. So one of the property management's responsibilities would be finding you a suitable, well-vetted tenant and taking the time to show it. If that means showing it to 15 people before you find the right tenant, then so be it. The sixth question would be, can you actually give up control of property management? And that's a personal question only you can answer for yourself. You would be giving up some control to a property manager. Granted, you can customize services. Our company customizes services around each client's needs, but you'd be giving up control of the tenants interacting with the property manager, somebody putting out the bids to the contractors, hiring the contractors, overseeing the contractors, getting your bills paid. That's not always easy for everybody to give up that type of control. I've had clients that they would have been better suited self-managing, because they would try to interact with the tenants on a daily basis and handle issues, and then we wouldn't know. And so it really comes down to, can you actually give up control to a property manager? Um, and the last question is the vacancies, and do you have the ability or the desire to deal with the tenants? There's a lot of different personalities. There are tenants that are absolutely wonderful, and then you have your difficult tenants. So a property manager has a lot of experience in dealing with problems, or I don't know, different scenarios coming at them constantly. You have issues between tenants. We get a lot of calls sometimes, tenants just fighting amongst themselves, and we know when to get involved and when not. And that could be, an all-consuming process. It could be very frustrating if you're not used to dealing with it on a daily basis. And vacancies, just, knowing how to vet a tenant properly, doing the proper background checks, and um, speaking to the prior landlords, et cetera. And your property is going to be as stable as the quality of tenants that you find. And there's always a risk attached to it, but we can try to mitigate those risks as much as possible. So that's really it for today. And if you have any questions and want to reach out to me, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Feel free to like this if you found it useful, or you want to follow us in the future. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.